What's up, everybody? My name is Echo the Savage, and I'm here at my recording studio, Brave and Fortune Media headquarters, and we're going to be talking a lot about lo-fi music, and we're going to talk about some of the fundamental key ways you can notice when you're hearing lo-fi music. Lo-fi stands for low fidelity. Now, the thing about lo-fi music is that it is a derivative of hip-hop, so we're taking quality and we are muting some of the frequencies in that quality to give us a kind of reminiscent feel, a nostalgic feel of how music used to sound through records and monophonic speaker systems. We're kind of taking the best of both worlds. We're collaborating R&B music and all sorts of jazz music, and we're repurposing it with kind of a chill beat behind it, kind of like just a hip-hop beat that you would hear in the Wu-Tang days. So we're taking elements of old school hip-hop and we are mixing them together with different elements of old school R&B, jazz, funk, even sometimes rock music can make it into a lo-fi mix. But there are some fundamental attributes that lo-fi music actually has. And you can hear that prevalent in all of the lo-fi music that we consider lo-fi music. So a couple different lo-fi artists that I really enjoy. Nujabes. Rest in peace. From Seattle, he was a Japanese dude who was really, really tight at making these lo-fi sounds and being true to hip-hop while also incorporating even some Japanese koto instrumentation as well, which you hear a lot of that Asian influence in today's lo-fi music. So that's why I think he's a really good person to listen to. So that's a pretty good place to start if you want to check out kind of a nice blend of hip-hop music. Now, we have all listened to study beats. You know, if you haven't, then maybe you haven't really studied. If you check out Study Beats Lo-Fi on YouTube, you're going to hear tons of songs that fall under this category. You'll see the little video of a girl studying. It's an anime girl, and you can hear it. We're going to just jump into some right now. It's very musical. We have a lot of different elements going on musically, but some of the key things you'll notice kind of goes back to what I was talking about before, is the music, even though it's pretty musical and melodic, it's pulled back, and what you hear a lot of is those boom bap clappy drums that are cutting through the lo-fi music. So kind of to simulate that, pretty much anything that we can check out here, you're going to find a lot of that stuff. Another great artist that I like is another Asian dude. His name is Jin Sang. And Jin Sang has a lot of different albums out. Some of them have pretty much no vocals at all. So we're just going to kind of jump into some of that music and kind of hear some similarities between that random song we just played and this one. So already you can kind of hear some of those same similarities. We have a nice melodic feel happening. We're choosing loops that are kind of uplifting in the keys. And then we're dropping that kind of old school hip hop feel to it. This one's a little faster than the last tempo that we listened to, but all the basic rules and fundamentals of lo-fi music you can find in this. For instance, we're going to listen to just another one, and we're going to see how that kind of lines up. And you'll see kind of the same or arrangement for most of these beats. It's got kind of a nice fade in. Elements of jazz. So it could be a record that they sampled it from. It could be that he played that and then modified the sounds to sound more vintage. You can do that by cutting off the high end. Using your EQ tool, you can kind of cut off the high end to kind of make it sound like it's almost coming through a telephone or something like that. And this is kind of important to note because most of the music, as I might have mentioned before, is going to have kind of that dusty vintage feel. And cutting the high end off the top is an easy way to do that. You're going to notice a lot of kind of older sounds, older Rhodes keys, older synths that make you feel that feeling of nostalgia. Kind of capturing that essence is really the whole kind of modus operandi of lo-fi music. Something that you can chill to, something you can have a conversation over, something that you can study to. But if you really wanted to sit back and listen to the music and groove with that, you totally could. If you were on a beach, laying down or something like that, people can enjoy the music actively, but also enjoying the music passively, enjoying the music, just the vibe that it sets. Is kind of one of the key reasons people would go to put that on, like at a party or if they're having guests, because it's something that you can kind of experience while simultaneously doing other things. I think when you consider other genres like metal, it's pretty in your face, and then even like dance music, it's meant to make you dance, and not that you couldn't dance to lo-fi music. Kind of chill dance to it, maybe even slow dance with somebody, but the whole vibe is to chill, and I think that's kind of an important fundamental thing, is that if you were going and you were trying to make some of this stuff, is it chilling you out? Is it making you kind of reminisce? Is it giving you that feeling of nostalgia? If not, then you might be doing something too quick. You might be doing something too in your face. Now, musically, there's no wrong answers here, but I'm saying if you're trying to create lo-fi music, I think fundamentally you want to make it chill out. You want to chill people out with that and provide an experience at that threshold, rather than going too crazy with the music or adding a lot of details. It's really just about finding that sick little groove and living in that groove. And kind of sprinkling the music in there, kind of sprinkling in maybe another layer there, but you're not overdoing it. We're keeping it really chill, and we're kind of making sure that, no matter what we add, we're preserving the vibe. That's what's important, especially in consideration of, transitioning that vibe into another lo-fi song. And you'll see kind of a difference in musicality, but general vibe is the same. So what he's doing is he's finding the perfect part of that record to play, and he's finding the perfect part of that record to cut out. And we're making a musical experience by dropping that record in, dropping that beat in at the right times. He may not be the one that's designing every little drum hit, probably isn't the one that's composing all of the music, and if he is, kudos. But a lot of times what's important for somebody that's designing lo-fi music fundamentally is taking a nice piece of nostalgic music and blending it in just the right way with some vintage sounding hip-hop drums. That's the basics of it. So you can create a lot of different fun, cool sounds with that. And in my next video, we're going to jump into toying with sounds using Fruity Loops. So we're going to drop in a couple loops into the FL Studio program and have fun with that and see if we can't experiment and make something kind of cool. So join me on that one. I hope that you understand a little bit more about lo-fi music. Thanks. Take care.